Welcome to Eccentric Ideas, where we explore the frontiers of philosophy and science. Today, let's embark on a journey through the philosophy of non-existence and the enigma of time. At our first stop, we immersed ourselves in the philosophy of non-existence. This perspective raises an intriguing premise. In infinite time, any possible event will occur. But what does this mean, and how does it relate to our understanding of reality? A concept that offers a fresh perspective on this age-old conundrum. The philosophy of non-existence invites us to contemplate the vastness of time in a cosmic context. Imagine a universe that stretches into infinity, a scenario in which time is limitless and without discernible boundaries. In this context, the possibility arises that, given enough time, all imaginable events, even the most improbable or extraordinary ones, will materialize in some way. This perspective challenges our traditional conceptions of causality and probability. It raises fundamental questions about the nature of reality and existence itself. How can we understand reality in a context where even the most exceptional events eventually come true? What does it mean for our perception of existence and causality The philosophy of non-existence also raises the intriguing paradox of how, in a scenario where anything is possible, there are events that have not yet occurred. This sparks reflections on the nature of reality, the prediction of future events, and how our perception of time and causality are intertwined in this vast philosophical perspective. Additionally, we consider how this philosophy relates to the Big Bang Theory, which postulates a specific origin of the universe approximately 13.8 billion years ago. The Big Bang represents a starting point in time, raising the question of whether time is truly infinite or if it had a discernible beginning at some point. We explore whether time is infinite or finite. We consider arguments for and against, including the Big Bang Theory and how this theory has been questioned in recent times. At this stage of our philosophical and scientific journey, we turn our attention to one of the most fundamental questions of cosmology and philosophy. Is time infinite, or does it have an end? This question has intrigued thinkers throughout history and has given rise to profound debates. A key starting point in this exploration is the Big Bang Theory. According to this widely accepted theory, the universe began in a cataclysmic event approximately 13.8 billion years ago. The Big Bang represents a specific moment in time when space and matter expanded from an extremely dense and hot state. However, the enigma of time has been questioned in recent times. As we advance our knowledge of the cosmos, ideas and evidence have emerged that challenge the simplicity of the Big Bang Theory. Some scientists and philosophers have raised questions about whether the Big Bang is the only valid account of the origin of the universe and whether time is finite or infinite. In our analysis, we explore the arguments for and against the infinity of time. Some argue that time is an endless dimension and that even if the universe had a beginning at the Big Bang, time could extend beyond that event. Others suggest that the finitude of time is more plausible and that the Big Bang marked a point of origin. Finally, we examine how the question of whether time is infinite or finite has significant implications for our understanding of reality and the nature of the cosmos. This reflection leads us to consider how our conceptions of time and its extension can affect our perception of the universe and existence itself. What happens if we consider time as a fundamental constant of the universe, regardless of whether it is infinite or finite? How does this affect our perception of reality and existence itself? At this stage of our journey, we enter a field of philosophical and scientific reflection where time becomes the undisputed protagonist. We consider the idea that time is an intrinsic constant of the universe, meaning that it exists regardless of its duration. Through this perspective, time becomes a fundamental dimension in which reality itself unfolds. This notion has deep philosophical implications. It challenges us to rethink our relationship with time and explore how this constant affects our perception of reality. Instead of focusing on whether time is finite or infinite, we delve into the question of how time influences our understanding of existence. When we consider time as a fundamental constant, our perceptions of reality are transformed. Time becomes a dimension in which existence unfolds, and its constant flow affects our lives and experiences. This perspective leads us to question whether time is a subjective construct or an objective entity that determines the sequence of events. We explore how time influences causality, how we perceive the sequence of events, and how we experience the continuity of existence. It leads us to wonder if time is an external force that governs reality, or if it is an intrinsic part of our perception of existence. We have reached a crucial point: how traveling near the speed of light or falling into a black hole affects the perception of time and reality. On this leg of our journey, we have explored fundamental concepts in the theory of relativity, which shed light on how movement at extreme speeds can transform our experience of time and reality. One of the most astonishing revelations in physics is time dilation, a phenomenon predicted by Albert Einstein's theory of special relativity. When you move at speeds close to the speed of light, something remarkable happens. From your perspective, time moves more slowly compared to a stationary observer. This is one of the most intriguing consequences of the theory of relativity and raises questions about the perception of reality in a constantly moving universe. In addition to time dilation, special relativity also introduces the contraction of space, a phenomenon known as the Lorentz contraction. As you approach the speed of light, the lengths in the direction of your motion contract. This means that, from your perspective, space is compressed. The perception of space and distances are affected in ways that challenge our intuitions about reality. At the other end of our journey, we encounter black holes, cosmic objects that exert immense gravity. Falling into a black hole implies a scenario where time dilation becomes even more intense. From your perspective, time passes extremely slowly, and as you approach the event horizon of a black hole, the gravitational effects become overwhelming. This analysis of time dilation and space contraction raises profound questions about the relationship between human perception and fundamental physics. It invites us to reflect on how speed and gravity can alter our perception of reality, and how these concepts challenge our understanding of existence in the cosmos. Finally, we explore the idea of maintaining consciousness without matter, like a photon. Let's imagine what it would be like to experience wave-particle duality, the perception of instantaneous time and the lack of interaction. In this leg of our journey through philosophical and scientific concepts, we delve into wave-particle duality. This is a fundamental characteristic of subatomic particles, such as photons. When you maintain consciousness without matter, like a photon, you would experience this duality in a unique way. You would be both a wave and a particle. Your existence would unfold in patterns of interference and diffraction, raising the question of how this duality would affect your experience of reality. The speed of light is a fundamental constant in the universe. If you maintain consciousness as a photon, you would travel at this speed. From your perspective, time would progress in a completely different way than what we experience in our everyday reality. It would be an instantaneous time, where there would be no before or after. This perception of time without intervals would raise questions about the sequence of events and causality. Like a photon, you would lack an electrical charge and therefore would not interact electromagnetically with other particles. This means that you would experience no tactile, visual, or sound sensations, as there would be no electromagnetic interactions to enable these experiences. Your existence would resemble an abstract reality without contact with the material world. This exploration invites us to reflect on the nature of consciousness and perception. It raises profound questions about the relationship between matter and mind, as well as how our experiences are shaped by the fundamental properties of subatomic particles and the laws of quantum physics. In Eccentric Ideas, we have taken a journey from the philosophy of non-existence to the perspective of existing as a photon without matter. These ideas challenge our intuitions about reality and time, inviting us to reflect on the nature of existence and consciousness in the universe. What do you think of these concepts? How do you think they affect our understanding of reality and time? We invite you to share your reflections in the comments section. Thank you for joining us in this philosophical and scientific exploration. Until next time.